Hi everyone, it's Ash from FPL Hints, here to construct the best Limitless team ahead of Matchday 6. As always, if you're able to like, share and subscribe, that will be greatly appreciated. So what I'm going to do is have a quick look at the fixtures, as well as the table as it stands, and then we'll crack on with constructing what I perceive to be the best Limitless chip for this Matchday. Important caveat, I have constructed Limitless chip teams before during the season. I did one for the previous match day as well, but the reason I went against it previously, I felt I had enough players to basically cover that match day. And I'm mindful of the fact that we are coming towards the business end of the league phase. So I wouldn't really want to leave this chip for match day 8. I think it would be too much rotation. By match day 7, there might be some teams who may have effectively guaranteed a place, so they'd be open to rotation. And also, crucially, there's going to be this winter break that kicks in as well. So, from my perspective, I'd rather use it sooner rather than later in this league phase. And although this is a draft as it stands, I think barring basically alternative thinking, I probably will activate the Limitless chip for this match day. And as you can see on the screen there, that is my team as it stands. So Harry Kane, Gyökeres, Haaland, Foden, Lookman, Wirtz, Pulisic, Emre Can, Hernandez, Lewis, and Minen. I'd say like for the Milan triple up, fairly happy with that. But then you've got Can against Barcelona. Man City have been a bit leaky, so Lewis, bit of a question mark there. Foden, I think there's some health issues from his side, so I'm not sure if he's going to even feature in this match. Haaland's just been hit and miss more, so missed this season. I think Gyökeres against Bruges, fair enough. Kane against Shakhtar Donetsk. And you've got Lookman against Real Madrid. And on to the actual bench players. Got Konoseki, Luka Dean, who's been a troll for me in UCL Fantasy when he basically, when I start him, he doesn't start. And when I bench him, he does start. And got Ristovski and Tillman. I personally feel that, like, with 2 free transfers, I could probably maybe get by. But then I'm looking for the upside as well in terms of the points I've had. Like, you can see right at the top there that I've basically had a reasonable start, 98 pointer, a 90 pointer, 84, 82. Match day 2 really set me back by maybe 50 points or so. So in some respects, I am looking to make up lost ground still, despite having healthy green arrows of late in UCL Fantasy. So if there is upside from my perspective in this match day, I think it makes sense to basically use the chip. I'm also looking at the fixtures as well for UCL Fantasy Matchday 6. Got Celtic against Dynamo, Girona against Liverpool. So definitely the Liverpool side, lots of form domestically and in Europe as well. I'll come onto the table to basically further reflect that. Brest against PSV, not really one that catches my eye. Got Leipzig against Aston Villa. Atalanta against Real Madrid. Got Club Brugge against Sporting. And then we mentioned Shakhtar against Bayern. So potential, therefore, having some Bayern attackers. Salzburg against PSG. Then Leverkusen against Inter. And again, especially with Leverkusen at home, it's something that is worth factoring in. And then on to the Wednesday matches. Lille against Sturm Graz, not really much interest there for me. And you've got Atletico Madrid playing the worst team in the Champions League this season. I've got no Atletico cover, so Slovan Bratislava, a team to target. Benfica against Bologna, not really looking at players from there. I think Juve against City is a tough matchup for both teams. Feyenoord against Sparta Prague. Got Stuttgart against Young Boys and Dortmund against Barcelona, who, again, they might potentially cancel each other out as well. So on the surface, you could say that, yeah, there are some fixtures that may be of interest, but it may not be so clear-cut for others. But from the table perspective, like with Liverpool have a reasonable fixture, definitely want to get Liverpool cover with the Limitless chip, if I was to activate it, you've got Inter Milan second in the table, and they've got Leipzig. So I guess in some ways it could be a tricky match in some respects as well. Barcelona Dortmund, that's a tough one in this match day. So I probably want to avoid players from both potentially. Atalanta, got Leverkusen there as well. Looking at the teams further off from the cutoff, you've got Arsenal, got against Monaco, got Aston Villa, Sporting. I think the teams that are literally hovering over this line, you can see it there. You've got teams from 6th place up to 12th on the exact same number of points. So it is quite fluid, and it might be the case that by match day 8, there might be a lot of rotation. Bayern Munich definitely want to make up lost ground. I think triple Bayern would make sense against Shakhtar Donetsk. Atletico Madrid looking to make up ground as well. So logic to factor them in. Again, I've got just one Bayern Munich player. I've got no Atletico Madrid players. AC Milan, surprisingly, are 16th, and they've actually picked up with their form. So you'd expect them to kick on. So I'd retain a AC Milan triple up, I think, with the Limitless chip. Man City are struggling, so I guess I'd need some sort of Man City cover as well, I guess. And then, yeah, I mean, Celtic, final, just going further down, I really wouldn't want any of these players. Real Madrid, didn't realise they were that low in 24th place, so perhaps I'll give it some thought and perhaps include a Real Madrid player as well in my actual Limitless team if I was to basically activate it against Atalanta, and that is a very tough match for them. With Atalanta going all the way up, where are they? Up in 5th, but yeah, it's a now or never for Real Madrid. It'd be quite like humiliating for them if they didn't finish in the top 8. Yeah, PSG, another team who've had very mixed form, really terrible form. So it's now or never for them. So definitely worth factoring them in with their fixture against Salzburg. So yeah, some of the big hitters really shouldn't be down there. And then just going further down, the ones that you do want to target, the young boys, Bratislava, Leipzig, Bologna, Red Star, Red Bull Salzburg, Girona, Sturm Graz. These are the teams that you basically would want to target ideally based on the league positioning as well. And I guess that brings me onto my own team now, and just to weigh up what I would do with the players that I have, how many would I take out? Like, for me to justify using this Limitless chip, I'd really want to remove quite a few of my players to basically justify it. So yeah, it's I think on the surface, I think I will probably I could probably justify removing quite a few of them. So just coming onto my team on this view here. So yeah, Harry Kane against Donetsk, I'll keep. Gyökeres with his form, I'll keep as well. I think Haaland, it would be a tough one against Juve. I need to give it some serious thought. I think there are other players I could consider instead of Haaland. So I'll remove him. I think I'll remove Tillman, Lookman, Foden because of the health issues, Jan because of the fixture, Lewis because of just City not keeping clean sheets, Luka Dean goes, Ristovski goes, and I also removed the goalkeepers as well. Just thinking here that I'd need, yeah, I guess I would want to triple up with Milan as well, but let's just see if I can get another goalkeeper combo as well. So just with what I've got left with this team, so 62 million remaining, the one player that I wouldn't actually get outside of a Limitless chip, and also it's because of the fixture as well. I'm just going to sort it by percentage. I don't think he's even basically picked by many, but let's just have a look here as well. There he is, Alvarez, less than 10% owned. So I'm also going to sort this by, I know I don't often use this in my videos, the dates as well. So you can see that I want a nice blend of players from each of the dates. Often I go back and flip, but here it's quite clear cut. So I've got Harry Kane, Gyökeres, and Alvarez. So it could be that Harry Kane would be the Tuesday captain, and yeah, maybe Alvarez as a backup if need be. Coming on to the midfielders now. So sort it by let's just sort it by percentage. So Mohamed Salah, I'll definitely get him on a limitless chip. And another player from the Premier League, if I can find him, Saka, there he is. Oh, only 8% owned, that's a surprise. So I definitely want these two players due to their domestic and European form. I think they're no-nonsense picks in match day 6 in UCL Fantasy. So as you can see, already used my wild card, a couple of game weeks, match days. I can say I use some FPL language there. The limitless chip is still there. So in this illustration, I won't activate it just yet. I'll probably need to give it some more thought, but let's just see what I can construct in this initial draft. So I've got 2, 4, 6, I've got 7 berths to fill up now. So I did mention that I wanted more buy-in cover for sure, and just mix it up to see how this goes. So with buy-in in particular, as they're playing on the Tuesday, let's try and get the buy-in goalkeeper in, Neuer, just sort of by percent. Just curious to see what his ownership is in UCL Fantasy. Only 10% owned, fair enough. So he would be my Tuesday goalkeeper. And then in terms of the Wednesday goalkeeper, I think almost certainly I would go for Oblak. So if we can just get him here as well, there he is, £6 million. So add him in. So Neuer for the Tuesday, Oblak for the Wednesday. And again, it's not. I'm not counting the money here, but I'd want to really max out the budget as much as possible as well. Is it problematic that I've got no Barcelona players I'm going to consider or Dortmund players? I think probably not. Again, I'm not really. I'm looking at the fixtures as well as the players as well. So it's a balancing act. Also, just looking at the teams that I want to target as well. So let's go to the defense now. I think one player that has caught my eye. Let's just sort this by. Let's just get this by percentage. Let's just see if he appears. Got Virgil van Dijk, but I'd actually want Trent Alexander-Arnold. There he is. I know he's had some fitness issues this season, or fairly recently. Match got postponed over the weekend, so we won't really know if he was going to play a full match then. And then he's had some stop-start minutes. So I just want to pick him, playing on the Tuesday. So even if he gets limited minutes and it's a fail, it wouldn't be a big issue for me. And just looking at his numbers as well, look, 6 points, 8 points, 8 points, 7 points. Wasn't there against Real Madrid, obviously. So I think he is a no-nonsense pick for me due to his attacking prowess. Talking of attacking players, let's go to PSG. So yeah, Hakimi also plays on the Tuesday. So I've got Trent and Hakimi, 2 attacking players on that first day. Looking at Hakimi's points, 7-2, 13, 4-2. Hit and miss. Not a clue. Yeah, one of the more riskier players in some respects with this draft, but I think it's definitely worth having just for the attacking prowess. 12.5 million, and I've got 3 more players to pick. So looking at Milan, I've got rid of the goalkeeper. They're playing Red Star Belgrade on the 11th. So let's just have a look to see who else I could potentially get from AC Milan. Could I get an attacker, or would I just get another defender? So looking at just look at the percentage first of all. Again, just seeing, yeah, to be fair, no, I'm not really set on Rangers. So got Tomori, Emerson. Yeah, I'm not really set on these players. I mean, to be honest with you, I think I could probably justify having. Oh, let's get rid of him. Sorry. I could probably just justify having Hernandez and Pulisic, and then diversify the defence a fair bit. So yeah, I'm not gonna for the purpose of this draft, I'll probably not have another Milan player. I think double up is fine. Just looking at the percentage owned. So Van Dijk was the other player. Would I want to double up with Van Dijk and Trent for this draft? Let's get a different defender in. I think Saliba, who's had a very reasonable start to the season. 8, 8, 6, 2 and 4. Home to Monaco. He's playing on the 11th though. So again, I do need that blend of players who are playing on the 10th and the 11th. 7 million to go with 2 players to pick. So yeah, I think I'll stick with that. So that leaves me with, let's have a look here. Let's see what the players. I want to go to Bayern Munich now, because Bayern, of course, are playing on the Tuesday, and I've already got the Bayern goalkeeper. I'm happy to just double up. That's a surprise. Kim is only 4% owned, so he's got 1, 4, 3, 10, 18. Of course, he's not going to get double-digit hauls every match day. So got Upamecano, someone who I picked a fair bit last season as well. I think I'm going to pick Kim. Just have the double up with Bayern Munich. And as a reminder, who they're playing, it's Shakhtar Donetsk, who've only scored 4 goals in 5 matches. And you got like the likes, yeah, it's just seeing who else hasn't scored much. You've got Sturm Graz, only scored 2 goals. Bologna, surprisingly, only scored 1 goal. That's a surprise. You got young boys as well. So just looking at the fixtures again, actually, having called out those teams. So Bologna, Benfica. Maybe I shouldn't have written off Benfica so suddenly. That's interesting. Probably spoke too soon there. But yeah, Bologna could probably target them as well. I did say Sturm Graz. They got Lille. So yeah, I'm probably being a bit too harsh there. But yeah, on to my final pick now. Apply the filter. Let's just see who the most expensive midfielder is in the game. Got De Bruyne and Mohamed Salah in the mix. Bellingham, just not really feeling him. He's got a yellow flag as well, so probably wouldn't want to pick him. With De Bruyne, I think he is somewhat of a differential, considering that he's basically had very limited minutes this season, although the form is very patchy and poor. And he's playing on the 11th as well. I think that would be a risk too far for me in this particular draft. Or would it? I'm not sure. So, yeah, Bellingham, that's a no from my side. And then again, there's that risk not having Rafinha. But then it's that weird thing whereby you want your money to count in with the limitless chip. And of course, £100 million budget. I think you'll be quite hard pushed to get a £110 million team unless all the fixtures align perfectly well. Just looking at the number of players I've got for each match day. So you've got 2 Tuesday players up front, 2 playing in midfield. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think that's that's enough. So yeah, I wouldn't read too much into that. Just yes, it's a tricky one to fill with who's left. So we've got there's not really much to go with. Let's just sort it by percentage. Yeah, Yamal, Foden. If I really wanted Foden for this limitless draft, but can't just because of the fitness issue. That is a real tough one to fill. So let's just look back at the table and the teams that I'd really want to target who are conceding heavily. So yeah, let's just forget the value and let's see who I could target. So young boys, got Bratislava, and okay, so with Bratislava, we know it's Slovan Bratislava, Atletico Madrid are playing them. Young boys, it's Sporting Lisbon. And then you got Red Star Belgrade and Salzburg. So, yeah, it's a real tough one to fill. You know what? Maybe I just go for Rafinha. Yeah, let's just stick with him. Need some sort of Barcelona cover. And with Barcelona, 18 goals, and Dortmund have conceded 6 goals in 5. Just curious to see, of the top-ranked teams, Monaco have conceded a fair bit, as have Dortmund. Yeah, let's just stick with Rafinha. I don't have him, and if we just sort it by form alone, he stands out among all the players. The points per million, Rafinha's right there. And ideally, I'd want to max out the budget a bit more. I could easily flip out Rafinha and get in De Bruyne. Had it been that Man City were playing on the 10th, I would have done that. But because they're playing on the 11th, I can't really justify it. So, got Rafinha in there for the time being. Probably, yeah, there are other. I mean, I'm looking at points per million, and Rafinha offers exceptional value. Ideally, it would have been nicer if Barcelona had an easier fixture, but it's Dortmund. So, yeah, it's a tough one. I'm not sure how else I could weigh it up. Yeah, Lookman I already have, but he's got a tough fixture. Musiala, Kimmich doesn't appeal to me. Yeah, a lot of these other players don't appeal to me at all. So it would probably be Rafinha in that instance. So yeah, with this team, it's a draft, it's an illustration. I'm probably more likely to activate the Limitless chip in this match day, as mentioned, than in the previous match days. I think it'll be too late in match day 7 and match day 8, and then just would be illogical during the knockouts. So I kind of feel that with this team, if I was doing a swap analysis, there aren't enough of the big hitters because some of those big hitters are playing bigger teams like Man City against Juve, and then the likes of Real Madrid are being cancelled out as well with their fixture, and also Barcelona as well. If there was a team that basically needs to absolutely win, and I need the cover from that team, it would be Real Madrid. Real Madrid have had a really poor start to the Champions League, and Atalanta is a tough match for them, but they absolutely need to win it. If Bellingham had some sort of form and he wasn't a fitness doubt, I probably would have got him in there. Could I fit a Real Madrid? I wouldn't want a Real Madrid defender, and I can't really justify a Real Madrid forward when I've got Kane, Alvarez, and Gyökeres. Captain for the Tuesday would be Harry Kane, and Alvarez almost certainly for the Wednesday. Again, 105.7 million. Don't think that's like super like maxing out the budget. I'm just curious to see a quick final look at the defenders as well. So sorting it by price. So I could have done a double up with Liverpool if I really wanted to, and flick Kim out and then get a Bayern attacker in. Got Alphonso Davies. Could be another option as well. Gusto. Yeah, there's not much going on here in defense. So yeah, there we have it. This is my first draft Limitless illustration for match day 6. Let me know what you think. Have I got the balance right? Have I got the balance wrong? Do you think I just spent far too much time on that final berth? I probably did. Is there a player that I'm missing out on? Please let me know in the comments below. I personally feel that if you're not going to use the Limitless chip in this match day, when are you going to use it? And I'll probably do another video with my final Limitless chip draft. But for the time being, at least, I've got a reference point with the kind of team that I have in mind. As always, if you're able to like, share, and subscribe, that will be greatly appreciated. Take care and all the best.